All right, we're going straight to the lamp project. So I have it written up here. You're designing a lamp. I give the lamps out. If you didn't get one, I'll give you one. They're right over here in this box. It's got to be stable, sitting on a table. The light's got to shine down, so you can't like stick the light somewhere where it's like shining up. So either hang it or build a mount for it. You can adapt the lamp however you want. Like you can take the hook off and add something in place of the hook if you really wanted to. Hanging, it's probably the easiest. So we need flat pattern pieces. It's going to be 1/8 inch plastic. I have that in the back room if you want to see it, measure it. It does measure 0.125. And then all of the pieces for the cut need to fit on 24/16 material. So I'll go through that again. Kind of how to set that up. Maybe you all know by now, but that's all right. So don't get the cuts closer than 1/8 inch. So that's 1/8 inch. And that works pretty well. It doesn't distort it too much. In other words, this cut next to this edge, no closer than 1/8 inch. If you get it closer than that, it starts to melt that little section out. So keep those cuts away from each other. No double lines in the flat pattern. So check it before you create the PDF that you don't have any double lines. And I can show you how to do that also, which I will. No glue. We want these connections to be tight. So I'll talk about those tolerances that I discovered the other day, and then you can apply those. In general, the laser removes 10 thousandths. Okay. So if you're thinking about a slot, you have to like kind of figure that out. Like if this is drawn at 1/8, which is 0.125, and the laser is removing 10 thousandths, that's 5 thousandths from this side of the line, 5 thousandths from this side of the line, right? Because the laser cuts a line and it's going to remove half on each side. All right. So holes get bigger, right? Tabs get smaller because when you cut this tab gets smaller. So if you do it absolutely full size, like I think this slot is 1/2 inch by 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And then these tabs are 1/8 by 1/2. So this is just, if you make the tab and the hole the exact same size, it's very sloppy. It's not tight and it won't stay together. Right? So then I started playing with leaving the tab full size. So I left the tab full size and I just started trying offsets. And that means in AutoCAD, I'm literally just offsetting the hole, this thing, right? So I draw them both the same size, then I come to the hole, I leave the tab alone. You can adjust both if you want, but that's more complicated, right? And I come in here and I offset 7 thousandths. 0.007 offset, each direction. You all know how to do this. And then you trim it up and now you have a hole that's offset 7 thousandths. So that is this one, the 7 thousandths offset. And it's still a little loose. Like goes in and out pretty easily. Kind of stays together. Like if the whole thing was that way, I think it would probably stay together. But if you want it tighter, the 10 thousandths offset is really tight. So that is pretty good. Now, if you had a bunch of these, if there was like 8 of these lined up, I think it would be really tough to get it together. So, it's hard to find the sweet spot. Like maybe, I don't know, 9 thousandths offset would be a little better. But anyway, that gives you an idea of the scarf. It's called a scarf, the amount of material removed by a process, right? And our process is a laser cutter. So that's that. And then I wanted to remind you that there's other ways to do it other than just tab, a tab and hole. That's one way to do it. This is another way where this piece would go in and slide over, right? So it's gonna hook. It's gonna be a little more positive connection, but you have to plan for these kind of offsets. Like when it goes in, it's gonna slide over, and if you want this edge and this edge to line up, then however far it slides over is how far this has to be back, right? So these are great connections, in and slide, but you have to plan for the slide when you're assembling. That makes sense? All right, and then this one, these are good too. These don't have to be quite this long, but I just made it the same size, where this would go in and slide down, right? Again, it's not gonna pull out. This potentially could pull out, right? It's just poking in, it could slide out. So unless this is really tight, it could be problematic if gravity's working against you, for example. So there might be more. I couldn't think of more, but I'm sure there's more shapes you could put together, like, and get connections that are more solid. So think about that when you're putting pieces together. You can't really mix them because this one goes in and slides left, so they all got to be that way. This one goes in and slides down, they all got to be that way, or tab. If they're far enough apart, you could probably get a tab and a hole and one of these slides to work together, but this would have to be big enough. So anyway, think about using some other connections other than just slot and hole. This is kind of advanced AutoCAD, so we want more of an advanced project, not a super simple one. Complicate it a little bit. What else? No glue. We want these connections to be tight. Or they don't have to be tight, but they have to hold together, right? So these connections can be looser because that's going to go in and slide and it's not coming out, right? This can be a little looser. This goes in, slides down, not coming out. So think about that, especially if you're using it on multiple sides. Some of them get problematic. So, all right, I think that's it. Yeah. Due the 19th. So calendar wise, today is the 14th, Valentine's Day. So it's due on Monday. This is the cut pattern. So let's talk about that. When you make your cut pattern, that's what's due on Monday, so we can cut them. And then you get the rest of Monday to assemble them. Figure out if there's a mistake. Maybe recut a piece. I don't want to recut the whole plate, but I'll recut one or two pieces if you muck it up and it doesn't come together. So let's say this is my lamp and I want to make a cut pattern. The way to do that is in layout. And you want layout to be this rectangle to be the size of the material so you know it all fits on. Okay? So we got to size the paper up. So that's Page Setup Manager, modify, and choose a different paper. I would just go big, like 22 by 34. Say, okay, so now this white paper is 22 by 34. And then how I do it is just draw a line over 24, that's my X dimension, 16 is my up dimension, and then I can take the viewport and just drag it out to it. So now I know the viewport is 24 by 16, right? That's my material. Okay, so now in model space, I set that scale to 1:1. And my lamp clearly fits on the piece of paper or on the piece of material, right? The key is getting model space to 1:1. It's got to be 1:1. Once you have that, you'll know if it fits or not, and if you need to adjust or move things closer or further away. So there's quite a bit of space here, not a ton, but you can use all that sheet to try and get the layout of your super cool lamp. Double lines. check double lines in model space. So you can go and put a window around. One way is to put a window around, and it'll tell you how many lines were selected, 14, right? So you can do that on a smaller level, like there should be 4 there, and there is 4. There should be 4 here, whoops. And there is 4. Don't pick them one at a time. That's just, if there was a double line, that just picks the top line. You got to put a window around it. Like, for example, that should be 3. It is 3, right? This window around these, that should be 3. It is 3. So, you know, you might be able to figure out like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 and 4. This should be 12. It is 14. What did I do wrong? 4, 4, and 4. 4 times 3 is, isn't that 12? How do I have 14? Right? There's a problem there. So I think it's because, remember I did that offset? Yeah. So there's double lines in there. We don't want that, obviously. This should be 12. It is. This should be going to be more than 12, 20, right? Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here, and 8 here, and 4. So yeah, check your double lines, please. Because what double lines do with the laser is it'll cut it twice. And I'm not going to check double lines. I'm just going to cut it for you. All right. Once you get it all set up, no double lines, 1-to-1, then you just export in layout. You export to PDF. So this would be my, and it's good to name it, cut pattern. It's my thing I'm calling connections, save it. That creates the PDF. And that's what you'll send to me for a cut pattern, right? No dimensions, no text, unless you want to cut some text out. You could do that. Like you could put your name on it. Troy's cool lamp. Don't put too much text because that's going to take a long time to cut. But you can put a logo. I mean, you can have some fun with it if you want. I would if I was doing it. But that's it. I think that's everything kind of you need to know about setting up a flat pattern cut. You just want to make sure everyone understands this is the cut that is due on the 19th. All right. That's it.